First off, I want to say I am sorry to everyone because, first of all, I know I said I was going to be on that GTA shit run for the stream. I was supposed to get into Cop RP, and we going to get into everything. We're going to get into what happened. We're going to get into what's been going on with me, the update about like streaming, content creation, and yeah, we're gonna catch up and then we're gonna get into some gaming. And yeah. So first of all, last time I streamed, we got into a city called Iconic RP. And in that city, I was supposed to play a cop, right? So y'all saw I ended up getting hired at the police station. And so what happened was I didn't get to really work there. I probably did like maybe one shift in that city, and then I ended up just transitioning into regular RP. Um yeah, so that didn't work out cuz really what nobody tells you is that like when you go into RP and you want to work, it's really a 9 to 5, right? You got to like put in the work, you got to work a certain amount of hours in the week, and really I didn't have time for that. I'm already going to school like IRL. As y'all know, I'm trying to become a real estate agent. So like doing that, being a mom full time, I was just like, this is too much. I really don't want to commit to something like that. Plus, I'm not streaming. So I was just like, it's not working out. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to commit to that. And I don't want to just be here like hired if I'm going to fly into the city for fun and enjoy the city. So I was just like, no, that's not for me. So I didn't end up doing that. But I did end up RPing for fun. I know I didn't stream it. I'm so sorry. But there is so much we need to catch up on because I have been in RP. I just haven't been streaming it. So I gotta catch y'all up with Milani and her storyline. Now, um, for those who are wondering about Streamer University, we're gonna get into that as well. We're gonna talk about what happened, why I stopped streaming. Well, it's a little bit complicated because I was going to start back up again, especially with me creating content with GTA and just getting into Fortnite and learning how to play Fortnite. But as I don't know if y'all really remember, but I ended up getting a nose piercing, right? And I wish I had a picture so I could pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna show y'all because I'm man, I'm embarrassed, all right? At my late age, all right? I decided, hi Jason, how you doing? At my late age, I got a nose piercing because I always wanted one. I was feeling myself the first 2 days. First 2, 3 days, the shit looked fire. I was feeling it, right? Then, as of any other piercing you get, you end up getting a reaction of some sort just because it's the healing process, right? You'll get like a nose bump or something like that. So it just progressively got worse. Bad. Like when I tell y'all I could not even be on camera, I did not want to be on FaceTime, I didn't want to go nowhere. The shit looked like a whole mundo, like a world on top of my nose. And I'm gonna show y'all because it got bad to the point that I got an infection really badly. I said to myself, yeah, nah, I can't keep this on my nose because, with a cartilage piercing, especially because your nose is cartilage, there's people who lose like the cartilage and it becomes sinking in. Like I've seen really bad stories about nose piercings. So I went through a process. Hold on. I should have prepared this before stream because y'all need to see how bad it got. I At first I was like, "Ooh, it looks nice." When I first got it, I was like, "Yes, eats." I knew I looked good with a piercing on my nose because I have a small nose. So I was like, yes, this eats. See, right? It looked like that, right? Looks good, looks normal. Then, right? Y'all see like the redness around the nose, right? So it got like this. You see? Y'all could see it. It was so bad. It was so bad. Right? Then I started growing a bump in the inside of my nose. In the inside of my nose, y'all. I grew a bump on the inside and the outside. Then it got worse. It started expanding, like expanding. The flesh, the around the piercing, it got worse. So I got like a big, 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 big circle. Like right now, you don't see it. It's fully healed now. I went through it. And this might be a little like if you're sensitive to like injuries or like blood or anything, I would suggest not looking at this quick. That's the inside of my nose. Y'all see it, right? Y'all see. It got swollen in the inside of my nose. So then it got like that. To the point where I'm gonna fast forward a few weeks, right? I ended up getting a disc. A disc that they said idea of the disc on the piercing was to smush the bump, smush it. So it looked like this, right? Don't mind the extra, like, yeah, don't mind that. I was like, but that's what the disc looked like. It was supposed to flatten it. But the bump traveled outside of the disc. Look at that. You imagine, you go get a piercing that you've always wanted. You go and you get this, and then it turns out like this. And the process that you have to do to get it to be healed. I was so frustrated. And I'm like, yo, this is my nose. Like, I cannot, like, I have to show my face. I have to be in front of my son. I have to be on stream. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to be on stream with my nose looking like that. Then we got to the point, cranberry raisin. Yo, this shit look crazy. So then I thought, damn, it's heading in the right direction, right? It looked good. But I don't know if y'all noticed, the piercing dropped. It was rejecting in my nose. If I would have kept it in, it would have fell all the way down and ripped through my nostril because of how much it was rejecting. My nose was rejecting that piercing. But I was so stubborn and I didn't listen. And I said to myself, we're going to get somewhere. Look at how low the piercing got. It started up where the bump was and it traveled all the way down my nose. Here I am, stubborn Gabby, thinking it's gonna heal. Don't worry, give it some time. And I tell you, the disgusting, the disgusting. I'm like looking back at this shit is triggering me low key because I went through it. I had such an insecurity with myself. And I'm gonna show y'all one more. I took off the disc, right? I had a whole infection. I'm so serious with y'all. Like, I'm not even capping. Like, it was so bad. I had an extra yo. Ended up getting an infection. I had to go see a dermatologist. When I saw the dermatologist, they told me, you are severely affected. You need to get on antibiotics as soon as possible. And we think that it may need to be surgically removed. I said to myself, surgically removed? What do you mean? Like, they will have to inject like a local anesthetic? thing into my nose or whatever the case may be and like shave it off. And I said to myself, I'm gonna have a permanent hole. I'm gonna have a permanent hole in my nose, like from like the scrape, or it's gonna be like a, like a scar. I said, nah. There's no way I'm gonna let these doctors scrape that shit off my nose if I know I can heal it on my own with antibiotics. So I said to myself, instead of trying to go that route, I'm gonna go the route that I think, even though I was already crazy to have let it got that far. So they gave me the antibiotics. I took the antibiotics for 2 weeks and it started going down. I started just taking the precautions of cleaning it, and we're here. It's been almost 2 months and my nose is finally back to normal. But man, let me tell you, I could not stream. I could not be on FaceTime, talk to. I only spoke to people that I needed to speak to during that time. But that is so, it's so embarrassing to know that I literally I put myself through that for like weeks. Weeks just to have a piercing. Just to have a piercing. So my suggestion and my thing to y'all is, if you want to get a piercing, if you want any type of thing, look into it, please. Don't go right into it. I didn't look up the healing process. I didn't know. I never had a nose piercing. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to you went through that, Gabby. Thank you. What did the doctor say? Oh my god, I'm sorry you went through that. Thank you. You're always overthinking. I'm always overthinking. Like that's a thing with me. Don't be, we got your back. Thank you. But yeah, I went, instead of saying, let me take it out, it's bad, it's rejecting, blah blah blah. No, I kept it in stubbornly. Do not do that. Do not do that. If you see something rejecting on your body, a tattoo, a piercing, whatever the case may be, just take care of it right away. Don't be stubborn like me. I'm telling you, it's bad. It got so bad. I thought I was I did not want to look at myself in the mirror. I did not, bro. I did not. I was so mad.